Okay, one more time. All right. I'm April Margulies.
And I'm Christopher Tompkins.
And you're on the line with the Hype Busters.
Welcome. Ready for some real talk on strategic communication?
You're in the right place.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the latest illustrious episode of Hype Busters. I'm Christopher Tompkins.
And I'm April Margulies.
She sure is, folks. We got a really, really great show. We have the wonderful Colleen. I can't wait to dive in with her. We're going to be talking to her about a couple different subjects, aren't we, April?
Yeah, she wants to talk about the intersection between making sure that your privacy is withheld when you're working with customers, but also doing customer loyalty programs that are relevant to them, and all things customer loyalty related marketing.
I love privacy. So so we're looking forward to speaking to Colleen just in our next segment after we talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. How have you been, April?
Oh, me?
You.
I'm good. I'm good. Business is picking up a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like the economy is, I don't know if it's the economy or if it's the end of the year or if it's both, but things are in a good place. Maybe it's me. Maybe all the shifts I'm making personally are inviting more flow or something. Not to sound too West Coasty, but.
Well, it sounds like you have a definite answer as to what you can attribute your positivity to. It may be anything. Actually, might be the weather. But no, I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. It's been very, very hectic at the Go agency. We've been super busy with new clients and looking to the future and last quarter planning, and then I have to go in and be as extra as possible, as I always am, and like do multiple events with friends where I'm going to be hosting during this time of year, which is kind of, I would say, probably my busiest time of year. And digital agencies, it tends to be really busy towards the end of the year because a lot of clients are kind of just ready to release the rest of their leftover budget so they can invest into next year's campaigns and all of that good stuff. So, but then I'm like, yeah, why don't we do Friendsgiving? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do my family Thanksgiving too, the weekend after. And then, you know what? I'm going to do Christmas. Why don't we do a Christmas open house? So, yeah. The hubs is like, why don't you slow down a little bit? Why you dial it back?
How are you going to keep your trim figure?
I think mostly through anxiety and stress. I think that's going to be my goal. I think I'm going to be only subsisting on red wine with the occasional coffee. Coffee in the evening, red wine in the morning, and I think that kind of just really, levels out the day. No, you know what? It's trying to find balance and craziness, and I think that's what agency owners have to do, right?
True. Very true.
So it's just add more to my plate. It's like onboarding 5 clients at once. We've done it many times. It's painful, but you figure it out. But what do you got?
More power to you.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed the empowerment angle of this conversation. So, okay, there's been so many things that have been going on. So why don't we scoop our little bums over to the breaking news segment?
I'm in.
Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Fully on board. I can't match your level of excitement, but I am on board.
No, you know what? Okay, so one of the first stories that I saw that made me roll my eyes really hard was the news that YouTube has been secretly paying TikTok influencers and other top content creators up to around $50K to post to YouTube Shorts. So do you know what YouTube Shorts are, April?
Not really.
They are they come up to your thigh. You walked right into that. No, they're Bermuda. They're boy shorts. No, but they are. They're basically YouTube's version of TikToks and Reels. So, how can you launch something that everybody else is using on a different platform? You just literally go to the platform, find the most popular people on there, and you pay them to use your product. And that's what these influencers do with products. So, hey, I'm on TikTok, I'll just do it on YouTube. And then what YouTube's doing is basically paying for traffic, because all of those influencers have such a crazy amount of traffic that then it looks like, hey, wow, YouTube Shorts is a thing. Wow, we got to check this out. It's very feasible. So I think it's a pretty smart move. Influencers aren't like sponsored by TikTok. I mean, you know what I mean? These, so well, some of them are, but the way that YouTube was approaching this, I thought was really intelligent, because everybody's secretly paying somebody to endorse them. You know what I mean?
Right?
It's not like, so why can't brands do it? I don't see any harm or foul in this. What do you think?
No, I mean, it seems smart to me. It seems like good business.
Well, going in from the fantastic business moves of YouTube and TikTok, now we have the TikTok tragedy.
Oh, it's so sad. It's
Yeah.
so sad. So there was this, I'm sure most people know, there was a tragedy at the Astroworld concert where about 100 people were injured and 10 people were killed as a result of what appears to just be crowd chaos.
Yeah.
But they're still investigating it to see if there were drugs in play or if there was some, I don't know. It was very strange, but it's now turned into sort of the PR nightmare, and that there are all these satanic meanings attached to it. Whether those are true or not, I mean, I guess it's not something that that we would know, but I certainly think that it's, regardless of what happened, it's pretty awful, and
Mm-hmm.
definitely follows into, I mean, a horrific event. So it'll be interesting to see if there are other crowd measure. I mean, it's especially strange to me in a time where people were not allowed to be in groups of more than however many people for a while, and suddenly it's like a herd of people running over each other.
Yeah.
But it will have lasting repercussions for concert goers,
Yeah.
for musicians, especially those who have mosh pits or more aggressive music. Or, I mean, it's pretty awful. And then there was that video that's been circulating too, which is unfortunate, where it's, oh, it's in it because it's like, there's this guy they see on, the musician sees from stage and says, someone passed out, will you please go pick him up and take him somewhere safe. But unfortunately, he has to kind of keep the concert going, so it kind of looks like he's singing while this guy is dead and getting, so
Yeah.
it's pretty awful.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. And I think that also when stories like this are so horrific and then they really take on a whole other life when it hits on social, and just I think uh the power of the TikTok narrative, which is not something that a lot of people think about. They think about, oh, wow, these people have a lot of followers. They're influencers because they have a lot of followers and brands pay them. I think we have to also think about influencers in other ways. You can actually influence messages on these platforms that can be kind of shocking. And you can draw parallels and do conspiracy theories and and if you are an influencer, you can spread them really quickly. And I think that that's one of the things that I've seen. I mean, obviously, I've known this for a while. I mean, you're working in marketing. We know how things can go, quote unquote, viral. But it's having so many individuals rather than superstars that are taking charge of the narrative that they can then fuel to the extent of just craziness. So, I mean, and just looking at that concert, I mean, it did look like fire and brimstone to me. But again, sorry for all of those people that had my condolences to all those families. It's really terrible. But it's interesting how the next story is told after the story's on the news and how it changes when it goes into the social realm. Yeah, terrible story. But while we're talking about TikTok and we're talking about sharing the message, one of the things that I think a lot of brands are having trouble with is just understanding what they should be doing on TikTok, what they should be, how they should be spreading their message. And TikTok has been really receptive to this. They had a TikTok summit that was laughable. That we could discuss that in our cash or trash, like if we were doing that about 6 months ago. It was awful. But they've really upped their game, and now they're coming out with a TikTok magazine. What's interesting about this is that it is a new digital magazine that highlights effective marketing approaches in the app. There's actual case studies in this magazine. Now, are you going to get rich because you read this? No, it's not how it works. What you have to do is you can check it out and you can see how people put the pieces together, and then you can kind of model it. Because one of the things with TikTok, with Reels, with a lot of the social media that's going out there right now is finding what's popular and seeing if your brand can react to it, can recreate it, or could utilize that content through share. That is like the number one way currently now that you can hack the algorithm. So they're giving you a way of finding new ways of coming up with ideas, which I think is pretty cool. Because don't you think, I don't know what you think, April, but we talked a lot about TikTok today. Do you feel that a lot of your clients are exploring TikTok at all?
Not really, but I think that is partly a product of who our clients are.
Yeah.
We don't really have any, we have some consumer clients, but none that are really geared towards that audience. So, and we have a lot of B2B clients, and TikTok, let's be honest, is not a number one go-to platform for B2B clients.
Oh my God, no way. What
You know,
about
there's
the business to business turtle taxidermy from Tulsa? I mean, he does only business turtles.
TikTok all day, man.
And the last one was the last story that we were going to cover was one that you found about, you wanted to talk about with the beautiful, soothing Mark Zuckerberg and his arresting blank ice cold stare and his new advertisement for Meta.
Yes. I mean,
What can you even say about it?
I don't even know what to say. I think in general, I think the whole rebranding, I just have to preface this and then I can let you get into the ad piece of it. But I think in general, it's a very obvious move to avoid some of the PR scandals that Facebook has gotten into and the negative press. And so if they rebrand like lots of, companies have in the past to get out of hot water, it's definitely not something that necessarily keeps you from legal action, but it can be kind of a look over here distraction moment. So I imagine that the ad is just an extension of that. But what do you think, Chris?
Yeah, okay. When I saw it, I was laughing because I was immediately thinking, how are they going to do this on Saturday Night Live? And they did. They did do it. It was pretty funny. But then I was just kind of like doing our daily trend spotting. Our strategy guy was doing that, and he pulled up this commercial from Icelandic tourism. Okay.
Yeah.
It is the freaking funniest thing that you can see, because it's exactly how I feel when watching it. Because Mark Zuckerberg in the ad is like, you're going to be able to feel it. You're going to be able to like live it. You're going to be able to talk to people. Okay, so I'm thinking like, I'm kind of doing that now. I can kind of like feel this desk. I can feel this mic. I can like talk to my staff. I can smack my head into a wall. I mean, like, I don't need you for that. And basically, the Icelandic tourism board got that and ran with it and just basically said, hey, look, would you like to look outside? This is Iceland outside. Would you like to touch somebody? Here's a person. This is available in Iceland. It's just absolutely hilarious. And they got somebody who looks almost identical to Zuckerberg to do it. It was just a really, really funny play. The problem is that guy's never going to be able to be taken super seriously because he is who he is. But I think it was a nice bit of levity with that heavy Facebook narrative that they're laying down right now.
Right.
So
good. Well, Colleen is in our waiting room.
Okay. Well, some leans are coming up. So
C Money.
We got C Money.
Here she comes.
Do you want to give her a quick intro?
Yeah. Let me let her in real quick.
Okay.
So we're welcoming Colleen. Oh God, I can't speak today. Help me. God help me.
I kind of like to watch you struggle. I mean, I really do. Come on, one more time, April. Let's go.
Colleen, we are welcoming.
Whatever you want to call me, I'll answer.
Colleen, we are welcoming Colleen. Okay, I got this. We're pleased to welcome Colleen Wortham to the show. She is the former VP of Digital Product and Operations at Albertsons Companies, one of the largest food and drug retailers in the US. And she is here today to discuss all things customer loyalty and how we can create programs that relate to customers and the target market. So welcome to the show. We are excited to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for enduring my bloopers.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, Colleen, you got one of the longest introductions I think we've ever had for a guest. So that's saying something.
There you go.
Positive.
Oh man. So I know one of the things I wanted to chat with you about is just in general what your take is on all of this. Obviously, this is your baby and your area of expertise. But I'm also always personally interested because I have this bee in my bonnet about privacy and all of that. You know, how do you provide customized solutions and loyalty programs to customers without creeping them out and feeling like you're invading their privacy and you know too much? I mean, I know, for example, this is a strange example, but I love Sunbasket. I get Sunbasket every week. And I'm always surprised that they haven't paid attention to what I've ordered in the past to suggest for next week what I'd want. So it's always this random, I still don't eat pork and I'm still gluten-free, but thanks for playing, you know? So it's like, sometimes I find myself get annoyed that they don't do more customization when that requires them to spy on my choices. So so I think there's sort of a fine line here, right? So where does it fall? How do you make that decision as a brand?
Well, I guess, I mean, one way to think of it first is, exactly like what you were saying. They're spying on my choices, but I want them to give me good stuff. And so like a totally other way to think of it is, let's say you're just, hanging out at the park, watching your kids play, and there's, some lady next to you, and you guys just start chatting about playground equipment, and that's totally fine. You're going to have like a good conversation with this person, and you're fine with that. Now, if she showed up in your backyard and just kind of all of a sudden nudged up to you and said, hey, playground equipment, you would totally be freaked out and not, you would distance yourself completely. And I think that is one way to think about the communications that companies have with their customers. If I'm telling you about something really cool for you to eat that, you're interested in, and it's the right time, it's dinner time, or you're about to go shopping, and that's totally makes sense. And then if I tell it to you when you're not expecting it, if I'm like constantly texting you information that you're like, go away, stop popping up on my phone, then that's obtrusive. So I try to think of it as getting the right information to people when they're interested in it. And exactly to your point, hey, if it's relevant to me, then I'm all for it. Most grocers, so I worked, Safeway, Albertsons, second largest grocer for almost 16 years.
Mm.
And the customers that we've talked to have been really clear. Yeah, I don't mind at all if you take my information and are looking at stuff that I buy. I figure that's what you're doing so that you can make a better shopping experience for me. But you better make that experience better for me. And so, yeah, don't recommend, meat products to me because I'm a vegetarian, or, don't recommend things that I would never, ever want to try, but please do show me that really cool new flavor of ice cream that I always buy, so those are the types of, it is a fine line. And so you have to try really hard and think about it from obviously the customer's perspective. And it's, since pretty much everyone is a grocery shopper of some sort, it's easy to think about, well, how would I feel if somebody gave this to me? And, based off of the information that, that I think they know about me. So it is a little bit of a game there.
So we're going we're going into fourth quarter now, and a lot of brands out there and companies are just trying to kind of get their almost, I don't want to say brand ambassador program, but their customer program going with incentives and this, that, and the other. What advice would you give to somebody that was trying to launch something new that was going to be customer facing?
I think it is absolutely critical that you're picking the right audience. And that might be disappointing because you might think, hey, everybody is going to love this, and everybody might, but you're going to be much more successful, both from your brand message and from the customer response, when it is targeted and thoughtfully thought out. And again, a grocery example is, a lot of times we have free product to give away. Try this new yogurt for free. And I mean, you can't get better than free, right? If we do proper targeting, if we look and say, do these people like yogurt, or have they tried, do they like this flavor? Just types of things like that, that makes us think that would be a product that would resonate. That customer is much more likely to use that free coupon versus if we just gave it to everybody. But more importantly, the repeat purchase is 8 times higher. So if you're, coming into Q4, you want to launch a new program, it's super tempting just to say, hey, make it big and bold across everything. You might make a nice big noise, but the impact, what you'll find out in Q1 of next year, is really going to be, did I spend that money and that attention wisely? Did I actually get that message to the people who are going to be most interested in it? And that personalization and targeting is what drives it through, to the end. You have to, I believe you absolutely have to have that.
Right. And, just like a follow-up to that, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, when I'm talking about SMS programs attached to the customer program, when do you think a good time is to do that? For example, not to send the SMS, because I think we'll have the same answer on this, but if a brand is just starting a new program, right? They're just starting it out, they're launching it via maybe email first. When is the right time to do that SMS, or should it be hand in hand?
It is a tough one. I think it depends. For SMS, generally, I want it to be something that the customer has in some way asked for, because when we're doing that, that is coming into my backyard, right? That is not just, oh, we're casually talking, at the park or in line or something like that. That is, you have come into my space, into the phone that I'm holding that is in my purse or in my back pocket, so it's much more personal. So I reserve those messages, for a message like, hey, we saw that you read the email and came to our website and started to look at this, but did you know that we also have this, or do you want to finish that? Something in that message that lets me as a customer know that you care about me. You saw me do something, you have a next step for me to do, or you have something else to share that's along the lines of what I've already been doing. I don't recommend it for try my new program, just out of the blue. It's not a cold call type of medium. Yeah.
No, exactly. So April, what were you going? You had a couple of things that you wanted to bring up.
Well, I'm also curious if you have any predictions
Oh,
for
yeah.
next year, where you think things are going. I know it's that classic time of year where people are starting to think about 2022. I'm curious where you think things are going to be going based on what's been happening with social media platforms, the culture, etc., technology.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I think people are much more savvy about we've always been savvy, but we're super savvy now about what type of information is out there. Where can I get trusted information? What type of information should I listen to? Where can I feel good about getting my data or my facts? Hopefully, that type of thing. There was a time, right, when we were saying recommendations, those recommendations engines, recommendations from, friends or websites, that was the way to go, because it was letting people know what's happening. And I think what we've seen is, oh, it's kind of scary. There's all these weird algorithms out there. Things are popping up in my recommendations that aren't organic. It's not just a possible search. There could be a lot of other nefarious stuff going on. I don't understand it. So while I don't exactly have a solution, my prediction is that solutions that can make it very transparent to a customer what's going on is going to be much more trusted and much more useful. So for a brand, a brand that feels more transparent, is very open about what's going on, that sends a message, that lets the customer know that we're careful with your data, we respect your privacy, but we have good things to share, and we want you to be able to opt in very easily, also opt out very easily. Customers are just so much savvier and warier about their own information and where they want to get the information. So we, as people trying to share information, have to be transparent and let them be able to kind of dig and not just expect them to trust us with what we tell you.
Yeah,
nothing's face value anymore.
Totally makes sense. No, it's great. Well, I know we promised you to let you go 15 minutes in, but is there anything else that we didn't ask you that we should have, or anything you want to plug or chat about? Anywhere people can find you?
No new books, nothing that I need to plug, except I would just say in general, for that universe of marketing world and talking to customers, I strongly believe that personalization is the way to go, has always been the way to go. And we have so much data available. We definitely should use it and use it responsibly.
Excellent.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
Colleen.
you.
Okay.
Nice
we'll be in touch
bro.
soon. You too.
All right. Take care, Colleen.
Bye-bye.
That's interesting. It's really one of the things that Colleen mentioned that I absolutely loved, April, was that that personalization. And I'm finding that again and again. A lot of people are a lot of companies are not, they're just too lazy to dive into all the steps of the personalization, because it can get highly technical very quickly. And that is it. So even for me, gosh, you're a digital marketer, you know everything. No, I don't. So I have to learn stuff all the time. And that we're using one email platform, for example. They updated it and offered more personalization that I could even ever thought is available, and segmentation that is crazy, but it's not really readily accessible to everybody. So personalization is the way, but the road to personalization is a journey.
Right.
So, all right. So we had our interview with what was her name again? April?
This is why it's problem. I have a friend that's Colleen, but I know it's Colleen because it's the opposite of what I thought it would be.
No, it was very funny. I enjoyed her
I'm
intro.
sorry, she's great.
No, she's great.
I've been having one of those days. Do you ever have these days where you just trip over your tongue and everything you're trying to say is coming, your tongue and your brain aren't aligned? It doesn't happen to me very often, but this is one of those days where I just can't get them to sync.
Oh yeah,
I
I
I'm
know.
thinking faster than I'm speaking, or I'm speaking slower than I don't know what's happening.
Okay, everyone has days like this, but not
Eventually,
Colleen. Okay,
God,
so
terrible.
wait
Okay, so point
what?
counterpoint.
Oh my
This,
God, it's that
you found
time.
you found something amazing
Oh my gosh, I
to
sure
chat about.
did.
Let's hear about it. Tell us.
Okay. So this was I was reading a recent edition of Vogue cover to cover. Now I saw this article in Vogue Business, and I thought that it was really interesting because AI is something that I've been starting to get more involved with, because I've been creating monsters in my basement and into robots and just for an army. And I've been working
teddy
on that for a
bears?
while. And teddy bears.
We'll come
Spoiler
back to
alert
that.
coming up in the next segment. But no, I've been reading so much about AI right now because it's such a hot topic in VR and all of these different things. So one of the things that I saw was an article in Vogue, and it was that influencers are wearing digital versions of physical clothes. So there is a firm out there, which has been their Vice's creative agency, which is Virtue, and they began pitching the idea of digital fashion to emerging brands in 2019. But the idea was to gift the collection to influencers and sell them to customers to both generate buzz and test a less resource intensive approach to Instagram content. So they basically avatar them like the movie Avatar. Like they just put like pieces of tape on them so they can get their entire body shape so they can model their body, and they put them in poses. They take photographs of them and then they model the clothes on top of them. So they're able to change the clothes, and just basically without sending product to the influencers, waiting for them to do it, they have full control over the speed of how this works. So on your first blush of this, what do you think about this?
I mean, it seems innovative and interesting. I feel like I'd like them as a client because it'd be fun to pitch since there is a story there and it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I do understand that it's not quite just the rosy story that it looks to be,
Mm-hmm.
because of the complications of, nobody knowing in advance
Mm-hmm.
what influencer is going to have what clothing brand and what it's going to look like and any of that. So it's a lot of it's a little bit like playing roulette with a good idea.
Yeah, and I think that the one thing I like about this the most is that this reduces waste, big style.
Mm-hmm.
Because these fashion houses are sending out tons and tons and tons of samples that people either throw away, or some people just do throw them away, believe it or not. They don't donate them or even try to sell them on whatever shopping sites. I can't think of the name of it. Buy my closet, or I don't know what it's called. Anyway, but the one thing is that with some digital renderings based on scans and photos, it's difficult to mimic the movement of the fabric. So they look like cutout dolls
Mhm.
sometimes. And
Right,
also,
it looks like a collage you do in middle school. And it's like, someday I'm gonna grow up and look like this. You take like a model and then you throw the clothes on it. You
yeah,
just cut it and paste it.
yeah, it's just
Look, Mom, this
look,
isn't a
Mom,
magazine.
it's me on it's my head on it. What's his name? Antonio Sabato Jr.'s body. If you understand that reference,
You work for either Trust Relations or the Go Agency.
no one else is available. I think it's super cool. The only thing I don't like is I don't like the influencers not seeing what clothes they're going to be wearing and the stuff being used. I don't
Right.
like that. It just seems that it's not showing things, and it's like it's Wish. Do you know what I mean? Like Wish, it's just like, oh my God, this is going to be an inflatable mattress. This is going to be great when my mom comes over. And then this comes in the mail. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, who's sleeping on this? Like a hand?
What is that?
Oh, it's one of those pop sheets.
I don't understand. Is this for stress?
Yeah, it's just you just push it. It's
Like,
like, you know,
it's
bubble
like
when you pop a
permanent
bubble.
bubble
Yeah,
wrap?
and it's reversible.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
How
great.
about that?
Yeah, if you'd like it, it's available on Amazon.
Is that how you keep from punching people?
No, I usually just punch them and then do this because it's kind of
Then
like
punch
soothes me.
bubbles?
Yeah, humans then bubbles. That's usually my my process. No, but I
Black
thought
eyes
this was
and bubbles.
I thought this was pretty cool. I think I like the reducing the
I like
waist
it.
angle. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think there are complications in it, but and you know, it also I think a good part about this is that they can test out stuff. They can test out designs before they actually sell it, which is really great because
Mhm.
getting a whole line and then it's like garbage and you have to sell it to TJ Maxx. I mean, there's still money in that, but not that much. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have to segue over to the cash or trash.
Cash or trash.
Oh my God, this cash or trash segment, folks, is just
We've got
so
it's
full
jam
of
packed.
shit.
So trash.
Yeah, this is actually cash or shit. So so we're changing it for one day only.
Oh man.
Oh, April Margulies. Okay, so
There's so many.
there's so many.
So the first one that I see here is McDonald's duetting with Mariah Carey to celebrate the holidays with a Mariah menu,
Wow.
which is really something. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, I think it's a clever way of saying we're having a Christmas menu without saying we're having a Christmas menu. So it's a very like PC way of walking
Yeah.
that line, because it's definitely that's what it is, but they can't say that. So instead they got a celebrity, poor Mariah, who doesn't otherwise seem at all aligned with McDonald's, to do this thing. I mean, the funniest part to me, this is from the press release. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
This is a quote from the chain's vice president of U.S. marketing, brand content, and engagement from their press release. Mariah goes with holidays like ketchup and fries, so we couldn't think of a better partner to help us celebrate the upcoming season. Just like McDonald's brings people around the table with their favorite orders, Mariah's music connects us all during this time of year. It's my favorite.
Oh my God.
I
I
don't
mean,
even get a laugh from that.
no, it's like a fart in an elevator. I mean, like, it's kind of like, you know, this, because what the thing is, yes, she is Mrs. Christmas. Like, it's all Christmas is very Mariah owned and kind of property now. Oh my God. It's like she's here. But she's like super duper over sexualized as a star. So even when she's wearing her Santa outfit, like the puppies are out, like the slits up to the thought of the butt.
Right,
Like,
right,
I mean,
right.
So I'm just wondering what the stand-up is going to look like in McDonald's.
For Christmas.
I like the
There
breathy
is just
version.
one thing I need.
And I.
Wait,
Doing the
what did you
joint.
say?
And someone else has to do that.
You're doing the McDonald's duet part.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's just one thing I need.
McNuggets.
Oh my God.
Underneath the Christmas tree. Hamburglar won't leave me alone. Man, McCheese is not at home. Oh. What else should I do? All I want for Christmas is the Fry Guys to return.
There we go.
Yeah. This
Amazing.
is so beyond trash. I think it's smart, but I think it's super trash.
Beyond trash. This
Beyond
is like-
trash. Right.
All right, here's the next one. Ready? Arby's cracks into spirits with vodka flavors inspired by its fries.
Ugh.
Arby's is introducing 2 limited run vodka flavors inspired by its curly and crinkle cut fries, respectively, according to an announcement. I had to read this entire thing to even understand what the hell was going on. I thought it was a joke. Then I realized, oh no, it's not, because they're actually doing it, but also the thought process is that potatoes are what makes vodka, so their fries are what makes these vodkas. But do you think of Arby's as like a vodka brand?
No, I kind of think of them as a moonshine brand.
Right, or beer,
Or like,
Coors Light, or
yeah.
like a wine in a box, or
The one Arby's Merlot.
like that I would buy. But this, I'm like, vodka?
Yeah, I think it, and also what I thought was most interesting about this is that it's vodka. It's not, it's like hard. It's not like wine or something light. It's like Arby's vodka gonna get you effed up.
Right.
No, it's just
like, weird.
And also, what flavor is this? Sorry, that went high. What flavor is it? It's what does that? What is
Hold
an
on, I'll
Arby
tell you.
flavor?
I'll tell you. Hold on. I think they actually have
Is it like
flavors.
salt and pepper and like paprika or something? Or
The curly fry vodka and the crinkle fry vodka.
what the hell does that mean? Like one makes you roll up in the fetal position and the other one like makes you like rigid or something? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, but they partnered with Iron Chef winner and Fast Foodies host Justin Sutherland
Oh
to
wow.
share 2 custom Bloody Mary recipes that pair the beverages with other menu items, including horsey sauce, Arby's sauce, and toppers like mozzarella sticks.
Wow. That's freaking gross, man. I've had bacon flavored vodka before, but not like French fry. So it's gonna be like a salty grease kind of taste.
I don't know. Experimenting in spirits is clearly intended to get consumers and the media talking. A Twitter post teasing the drop features a poll that asks followers for their responses to the vodka, with options to answer A, yes, B, double shot of yes, C, is this real?
Oh my God, not even a no, wimps. That's when you got a stinker when you don't give the negative thing. I mean, this is, I don't know what I heard the other day, but me and Dale are watching TV and there was an ad that came on and we both went, and it was someone was doing a sparkling, like a fizzy or a White Claw. Someone was doing it, but it was like milk or something. I don't know. It was a weird combo. I can't remember what it was. It sounded so gross. I can't remember, but everyone's doing these mashups and they think it's kind of, oh, so disruptive. Oh, we're gonna do a potato chip that tastes like a pile of shit with flies on it. Oh,
I mean,
which one's your favorite?
And we're talking
yes,
about
way
it.
yes, or oh, what you're doing, wimps.
All right, but here's my favorite one. Are you ready
Oh
for
man.
this one?
Oh,
You remember what? This is the one we teased earlier.
yeah.
IKEA is introducing buff teddy bears to safeguard holiday celebrations.
And actually possibly kill your whole entire family. They are absolutely, if I get honestly, find this ad, Google it. It's called Every Home Should Have a Haven. Every Home Should Be a Haven by IKEA. So you can go onto the IKEA YouTube and check it out.
Terrifying.
It is absolutely terrifying. It reveals a bunch of like just really muscular teddy bears that are they're like acting as bouncers to the house, that are like crushing their phones so they're not distracted from playtime with their friends. They're carrying them off to bed. They're closing the blinds with remote controls. I mean, yeah.
They all have six packs.
Yeah. Oh man. It's like if Teddy Ruxpin lost Grubby and then got on steroids. That's kind of the vibe. I'm trying to pack in as many 80s references as possible now because I feel like
they need to be like their own Goonies movie, or what was the really scary movie from back in the day with those little, they look like bears but they were like horror bears.
Horror bears.
You know what I'm talking about? There was the movie from the 80s. I wasn't allowed to watch it because of the home I grew up in, but everyone else did.
Little scary 80s bears. Like, are they teddy bears?
No, they're like with the ears.
They were bears with ears. Okay, so we're getting
With
bears with ears. So, hey, remember that movie, Scary Bears with Ears? What do they look like? Bears. Were they the main feature of the film, April?
Yeah. No, they kind of look like the scary little Ewok things from Star Wars, but much scarier.
Gremlins?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. Okay. Everybody immediately, if we did a poll right now that was live, 99% of people are rolling their eyes right now. That the scary bears from the 80s were gremlins.
I'm crying.
Not actual bears. Actual like alien things that turn into worse alien things. Black bears with ears. Holy shit, April.
I can't even get my breath back.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. So now we need an IKEA movie called the IKEA Gremlins.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like,
We'll have the bouncer bears.
I'm like Googling scary bear movie from the 80s, and it's just like nothing. Wrong search. Just type in Gremlins. Gremlins. There we go. That's oh my gosh. And then we have one more little winner on this list of losers. Actually, I don't hate this. The Coke is partner with Cameo to gift personalized videos from Santa. So Coca-Cola debuted the first holiday campaign under its new Real Magic platform with a focus on communicating festive joy and inclusion, according to an announcement. I see, I'm a Christmas hoe bag. Like, I love Christmas out the wazoo. So I think this is really cute.
I would give this one cash.
Yeah, I would cash this one. See, look, it's not our shit. See, you think we hate all of your ideas, world. We don't. We don't.
This one works.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and I have one last one. It is actually, yeah, it's a secret one.
Oh.
And what it is Scary Bears 3 reboot in the works at Warner Brothers.
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
McFlurry with mix-ins. It's healthy yogurt.
We've ruined my makeup. My mascara is dripping from all the crying laughing.
Oh, thank God I didn't wear any fake tan.
There you go.
So did you was there any like real emerging certainly emerging business trends you've seen this week?
Trends.
I haven't.
It's a good question. I mean, not necessarily the big. I mean, the big push right now is everyone getting ready for CES, but that's not really a business trend. But that's definitely what I'm seeing is people all preparing for a CES, and on the PR side, knowing that only about half of the journalists are probably going to show up, but there's still going to be almost a full plate of things there. So now we're vying for half of the reporters for most of the products, which is going to be challenging. But
yeah, it is the season, right? You know, I think one of the biggest trends that I see in my digital agency every year is something that we do is what we'll do is we'll watch all the proposals that we did not convert due to them going another different direction and watching those brands flounder on social media. So I think
that's so mean.
No, it's not mean. It's just I like to see so if someone's chosen, what were they chosen? And it's always obviously, I'm guessing, the price, because it looks like someone that was an intern is handling these massive campaigns. So I think buyer's remorse is one of the trends that I'm seeing right now.
Are they coming back to you like,
yeah,
we didn't choose wisely, we're back?
They do, and what I try to do is I try not to talk to them immediately. I let it like really settle in and then kind of put them off to next year, because this is not a time to engage for now. It's a time to engage for future, because it's November 15th. Someone says, okay, Chris, I want you to run a Cyber Monday deal. It's like, and I want to sign the contract on Monday of next week. Like, what? I have a 3-day week because we have 2 days off next week, and then it's into the fire. So yeah, can you believe it's like already that time of year?
No, it's crazy. I was just talking to someone who was like, I want to start December 1st because right now I feel like I'm already in Thanksgiving. It's just the time is compressing faster and faster. And then once Thanksgiving is over, oh man, it's just a mad dash to the end of the year.
Oh yeah, it's a mad dash to one day. And then on the 26th, everything goes.
Right.
And what happens for me, it's always the days around a major holiday that I'm the busiest. I think because people are just trying to clear their dockets before they take off. But yeah. So I think that I have just the tip for us.
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
Grimace. Talk about body positivity. He was literally a purple triangle. I mean, or a gumdrop, or was he a person? They lived in a city, didn't they?
Who are you talking about?
Grimace from McDonald's.
Oh,
remember Purple Grimace? I bet your parents didn't let you see him.
I don't remember that either.
Don't be looking at no Grimace. Avert your eyes.
I don't want a lot.
Oh, always be my baby. Okay, so my just the tip is it's never too early to be planning for your January. And I think that that's something that I put the brakes on after November, because it's kind of like you're on your own, folks. January has a lot of power to it. And I think everyone always feels that they have the full month to really reap those benefits. And in the digital world, I really do feel that you have the last week of December and the first 2 weeks of January. So I have a slightly different approach. So I with that said, everyone has their own strategy, but I think that you need to get your shit together for January in order to kind of come up with a plan that's going to give you the most coverage, because people are starting to disengage with January rituals faster and faster every year due to the flattening of the year, I think. I mean, I've gone to stores on January 1st and seen Valentine's things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because that's the pressure. I think
yeah.
talking about a pressured season. Valentine's Day. Was that one of our critics?
I'm sorry, it's my dog. What did you ask? What is
I
it?
said,
What?
is that one of our critics?
Yes, apparently. She's very upset with this segment.
CEO of McDonald's. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, Mariah. All right. Well, good show. Good show. I've learned a lot about pronouncing people's names.
Colleen.
My colleague Colleen. And but no, that was a really great segment. She had some really fantastic info. And you know, I think my biggest takeaway is that April has a fantastic singing voice, and she's never going to not refer to Gremlins as bears with ears. Just to let you know, she's immediately forgot the Gremlins again, and now they're just bears with ears. It's scary, but I can't watch it.
No, I think we're just Gremlins is going to come up on everything now.
Oh my God, it sure is. And I will talk about your gifting suite for Christmas is going to be massive. I'm just picking up everything that you have no clue that existed that you weren't allowed to see. I'm getting
Gremlins,
Grimace. I'm giving you some Fry Guys.
I can't wait. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so Merrimack cheese.
Best
But yeah,
Christmas
so
ever.
excellent. April, do you have any further thoughts on the show today?
No, I think it's a wrap, Chris.
It is a wrap, but
we should
not a wrap from Wendy's. It has to be from McDonald's.
Arby's.
Vodka.
All right.
Mariah flavored vodka coming 2022.
Wait, what kind of flavor vodka are you got?
Mariah flavored.
Oh, Mariah flavored vodka. Yes.
So you just go. It's like.
I mean, that sounds sexy.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. Just open the bottle and it sings.
I would drink that.
Yeah.
Not sure about crinkly cut, curly fry, horsey sauce vodka.
Yeah. I don't want corned beef hash flavored gin. You know, I mean, it's
Pass.
Pass. All right, folks. Thank you for listening to another, I'm hoping, enthralling episode of Hype Busters, where April and I discuss everything that is really late breaking and important in your life and crucial to your existence.
Thank you to Colleen for a great interview.
Yeah, thanks, Colleen. And folks, please subscribe, share the show if you like it. And hey, if you have any show ideas, keep them to yourself. We'll talk to you soon.
Our DMs are always open.
Slip in, baby.
We want news, company suggestions, anything you want to hear about.
Bye.
Bye.